I've been wanting to do this for a while. I should do an E3 2014 preview of what to expect and my predictions of E3 2014 for Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. For those of you that don't know, this year's E3 2014 is going to be held at the Los Angeles Convention Center. So Sony will host theirs on June 9th at 6 p.m. First of all, my general prediction for all of this is that almost everything is going to get pushed to 2015 holiday or spring 2016. So 2014 is just going to be another empty year of previews and trailers and just waiting for everything else to come out in holiday 2015. So that's going to suck. This year is going to be an empty year simply because there's too many next-gen consoles and there's too many developers that are realizing, oh my god, it's going to take us an extra 2 to 3 years to come out with these next-gen games, especially if they're next-gen only. We have to fully utilize this technology. Unfortunately, I'm not speaking of the Wii U because of the Wii U would be filling this void in 2014, which it isn't really filling. Sony, I have to say for all the big three, with Sony especially, everything has more or less been announced already. So if you haven't been paying attention, if you're not a gamer like me, really, you could actually just Google E3 2014 trailers, and you'll get trailers that have been announced before E3, and the concept behind this is that even big games like Witcher 3 don't want to be sort of pushed out from all the big game announcements during E3. Like, people are just going to forget about it. I don't think anybody's going to forget about The Witcher 3. It looks like an amazing next-gen game. Unfortunately, a few people dropped out. Guerrilla Games dropped out. They apparently have a new IP, but they're in Gamescom. We're not going to hear anything about Final Fantasy 15. And just there's people, just, Media Molecule doesn't want to show up to E3 2014. I think they're going to be at Gamescom. So if anything, a lot of this is telling us that, one, Sony's press conference is just going to be crowded with so many announcements, so many games, that people are stepping aside saying, we're probably not going to have the amount of time, we're not going to be showcased. They may not even be on the show floor. There's just not going to be enough space, both physically and in accordance to time, to talk about our video games because so many other announcements are coming. But there are a few games that are guaranteed to be talked about for Sony's press conference. So they have to talk about Uncharted 4. You cannot have an E3 2014 Sony press conference without talking about Uncharted 4. And the development of this game is very interesting because Amy Hennig left Naughty Dog, the developer for Uncharted. Justin Richmond, the art director or the game director, left Naughty Dog. And Todd Stashwick, one of the proposed voice actors of the game, also left Naughty Dog. And now the Last of Us game directors, Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley, are going to direct Uncharted 4. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to come out of the Uncharted series now that they're still using Amy Hennig's story, who's one of the greatest video game scriptwriters in the industry right now. She's working on a Star Wars game with Visceral Games right now, when she left Naughty Dog. So to see the influence of The Last of Us on Uncharted in any way, even just as game direction, would be very interesting. The last Uncharted I felt was a little bit darker than Uncharted 2, but the Uncharted series overall is very lighthearted. It's kind of like this action comedy almost type of game series. So I'm hoping for a game demo of some sort on the stage for Uncharted 4, but really they could just show some sort of in-game, in-engine trailer and give like a generic release date, holiday 2015, big surprise, right? So be ready for Uncharted 4 gameplay footage at Sony's E3. Coming out, The Order 1886. I can almost guarantee that Sony's going to talk about this. This looks like a very interesting game. We saw a teaser trailer for it Sony's last year's E3. There's already been gameplay footage that has been released, and developer videos and interviews about this game. I think the concept's really nice. When they show it off on the stage, because I'm a guy that's already seen gameplay and I've already seen the trailers, I might be falling asleep because it's nothing new. It's nothing that we don't know about. If they say anything new about the Order 1886, that's going to be interesting. Maybe new characters, new settings, new gameplay features, whatever, but expect that too. Solid 5. Well, if you're a Metal Gear fan of the Phantom Pain, Hideo Kojima has been posting up gameplay footage of like 20-30 minute gameplay footage of just Hideo playing the game. There's tons and tons of Metal Gear Solid 5 news out there. I don't know if they're going to talk about it. If Hideo comes on stage and starts playing the game, that's great, and starts talking about his Fox engine, whatever. If you're a Metal Gear fan, this is going to be exciting for you. And really, everything else I'm expecting from Sony at this point is either stuff we truly don't know about, which is within a small window, or a big window, since a lot of people aren't showing up to E3 this year, a lot of developers. And it's going to be indie games and a bunch of sort of boring stuff, but not really if you're interested in the kind of thing like, showing off sales of the PS4. They're probably going to release a bundle with the Vita and the PS4, which a lot of people saw coming for a long time, and release the sales numbers. I think the PS4 right now is at above 8 million, which is ridiculous. It's about to outsell every next gen console with the exception of 3DS, which is at like 45 million right now. So for the PS4 to be the king in the next gen console heap, and for Sony just to talk about that for 15 minutes kind of makes sense. Um, Out of the indie game circle, there's just so many indie games that I can't name anything off the top of my head right now. But I would like to see a new slew of indie games because, for God's sake, they got to announce something that's going to release in 2014. So those are my predictions for Sony's E3 2014 press conference. I also did predictions for Microsoft and Nintendo's 2014 press conferences and other videos. If you guys have anything in the comments, you think I missed anything for Sony, like Project Morpheus or PlayStation Now, which I kind of don't care about right now, then let me know in the comments below. Handsome Hobbit, signing out. Thanks, guys.